Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or tips you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Wednesday at noon and is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired on Saturday at noon, 3 and 6. Today is December 20th, 2017, and now the news at noon.
According to the Cortez Journal, sheriff's deputies in San Juan County say a 16-year-old girl who stole a police pickup has been critically injured after crashing the truck. The sheriff's office says in a news release that the girl's mother flagged down a deputy in Farmington on Monday evening because her daughter was intoxicated. The deputy found the teen lying in the roadway and put her in the backseat of his pickup. The deputy was talking to the mother when the teen kicked out the back window and jumped into the driver's seat. She drove away, eventually crashing into 3 vehicles and then wrecking the pickup. A witness found her badly injured and holding a sheriff's shotgun. The girl was taken to a local hospital and faces auto theft, DWI, and other charges.
Bears are part of our ecosystem in southwest Colorado. The Journal reported on the death toll for bears hitting record numbers this year. A record number of bears were euthanized this year in La Plata County, partly the result of a poor natural food cycle and partly the result of food sources made available by humans. Matt Thorpe, Durango-based wildlife manager for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, said, "It's definitely been a tough year. None of us got into this job to hurt bears, but public safety obviously comes first." In 2017, a total of 60 bears were euthanized, 40 by CPW, 19 by landowners, and 1 by Wildlife Services. Across a region CPW calls Area 15, which extends from Pagosa Springs to the Utah border and from the New Mexico border north to Silverton. Of that total, 36 bears were located in La Plata County. For reference, the last year of food failure in 2012 resulted in 20 bears having to be euthanized in all of the Area 15. In 2007, another bad food year for bears, 17 bears were killed. This was a bad bear year for everybody, certainly across the western slopes, Thorpe said. The situation became alarming in June when a late frost wiped out all fall food sources bears rely upon heavily, namely acorns and berries. Then dry conditions in early summer impacted other food sources such as flowers, forbs, and grasses. Those dire circumstances drew a record number of bears into town, looking for easily accessible food sources left by people such as trash cans, bird feeders, and domestic livestock. According to CPW, 11 bears were put down for going after domestic chickens. 7 were killed for rummaging through trash. 6 were killed for attacking other domestic livestock such as pigs and goats, and 4 were killed for getting into livestock feed. Brian Peterson of Bear Smart Durango said although poor natural food conditions were a major reason for so many human-bear conflicts, food sources created by humans are just as responsible. These numbers clearly show the need to do more, he said, of the deaths. That residents who live in southwest Colorado continue to ignore best practices for living in bear country is an unending source of frustration for wildlife managers, to the point where it's starting to sound like a broken record. No one says they don't care about bears, but most people are unwilling to do seemingly small things that would help prevent those conflicts. Thorpe said perhaps we as an agency have not been effective getting that message across. Wildlife officials are hopeful local governments and residents finally get the message and at least do their part to reduce conflicts. Other Colorado communities have addressed this far better and have far less conflict than we do, Peterson said. This is unacceptable and should be to the greater community. A 6-year study on human-bear conflicts that concentrated on Durango and the surrounding area concluded the issue isn't going anywhere. If population estimates are true, La Plata County is expected to hit 62,000 residents by 2020 and nearly 75,000 by 2030. And a state report found human-bear conflicts are growing 4% a year, twice as fast as that of the state's population.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, Colorado is on pace to surpass last year's total roadway deaths. The Denver Post reports that as many as of Monday morning, 604 people had died on Colorado roads in 2017. Just 4 more people than that died on the state's roads last year, which was an 11% increase from 2015 and the highest total in more than a decade. Colorado Department of Transportation spokesman Sam Cole says preliminary data show an increase in deaths from crashes involving impairment and people not being properly restrained with a seatbelt. Denver has had the state's deadliest roads so far this year with 44 deaths. Colorado Springs is next, followed by Aurora and Pueblo.
Here's an update after a year-long project program by CDOT. From their press release, they say, quote, as a responsible transportation agency, the Colorado Department of Transportation is looking to evaluate more long-term sustainable transportation funding alternatives. CDOT is interested to learn if a road usage charge, or RUC, could be relevant for Colorado. In an RUC funding model, drivers pay for how many miles are traveled instead of the amount of fuel consumed. In order to really know if RUC is viable for Colorado, CDOT conducted a pilot study as a first step in the extensive process of evaluating the concept. They described the road usage charge as follows: assesses charges based on vehicle miles traveled, treats roads like utilities, you pay for what you use, replaces the gas tax, and RUC is also known as mileage user fee, an MBUF, and vehicle miles traveled, or VMT fee, for comparison purposes. Here's the situation that the Department of Transportation is facing to maintain our Colorado roadways. We currently pay for our roads through a gas tax, which is the main source of funding, 18.4 cents of federal plus 22 cents of Colorado tax per gallon. The Colorado legislature last raised the gas tax back in 1991. Gas tax is flat and does not change with the price of gas. It remains the same. There are three main challenges they are facing. An increase in vehicle fuel efficiency means less gas sold, so that the revenue is going down on a mile basis. This also ties into the quantity of vehicles increasing as there's a general increase in populations, and the decline in purchasing power of the 22 cents per gallon tax, as that is at a fixed rate. The pilot program gave the department the opportunity to see how different methods of implementation worked in real-world situations, and determine the next steps will be to continue education and outreach, evaluation of key issues raised by the public, rural-urban equity, non-public roads, and capturing mileage for out-of-state drivers. There will also be continued research through federal grant programs, evaluating administrative costs and other key issues identified during the pilot, along with continued collaboration through involvement with the consortium of Western State Departments of Transportation, known as the RUC West. If you are interested in finding out more about the project and the future of our roads, the full report may be found on their website at codot.gov.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, the topic on everyone's mind at the monthly Mancos School Board meeting was school safety. Board Treasurer Tim Hunter brought up the question of arming school staff early in the meeting, leading to discussion among board members and another discussion at the end of the meeting when parents spoke their opinions. Hunter also pointed out that the district is vulnerable without a full-time sheriff in town. Superintendent Brian Hansen said the debate was really two conversations. After the board decided to vote on the issue at their next board meeting, parents expressed concerns about making decisions under emotional distress. An overarching theme in the discussion was a desire for evidence that linked armed staff to increased safety. One parent brought up the approach of taking a closer look at student behavior and how they may mirror past student shooters across the country. She cited how small Mancos is and how easy it would be to pay closer attention to behavioral problems. Now, personally, I remember being told in school that I was probably going to shoot up the school because I read books, so think on that a little bit. A parent said the best situation would be to fund a school resource officer on campus. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The National Weather Chart from NOAA reflects the stormy rain and snow pattern that will be affecting our region over the next 24 to 48 hours. The greater part of the Mountain West and back to the West Coast are all potentially in the path of precipitation of some type or other. Further southwest, the high pressure is still keeping that area across to Texas and up through the Central Plains dry for the next 24 hours. The rain and thunderstorms plaguing the south and now all across the southeast continues to linger for the next couple of days. While the Mid-Atlantic and much of New England is catching a break in the winter weather, snow is likely all across the Canadian border for at least a day or more. In our regional forecast, that's the story of the day, as it's been so dry this fall. And yes, though we moved into weather winter, technically Thursday the 21st is being the solstice tomorrow, the shortest sunlight day of the year, and it is the beginning of seasonal winter. We will really believe winter is here as the forecast of that widespread snowstorm gears up to swing into our area tonight and into Thursday. The hazardous weather warning for southeast Utah and southwest Colorado says breezy and mild conditions can be expected today with a strong Pacific storm moving in tonight. This system will bring widespread snowfall to the region with moderate accumulations expected late tonight and through the day on Thursday. Snowfall will continue through Thursday afternoon before ending Thursday night, and another fast-moving storm will bring more snow potential and colder weather to the region Friday night and into Saturday in some areas. Most of our mountains should see 5 to 10 inches of new snow, with valley amounts ranging from a trace to 5 inches. The heaviest accumulations are expected across the eastern Uinta Mountains. Showers diminish Thursday afternoon, becoming more scattered in coverage. And then back to today, temperatures will be running 5 to 10 degrees above normal with breezy conditions developing this afternoon. We may see a few showers kick off late in the afternoon over the eastern Utah mountains, but potential is down for that at this point. The main pattern in this storm will be shifting east of the divide Thursday evening, leaving cold temperatures and producing some light snow through the early morning hours on Friday in high elevations. Friday still looks like a more favorably day to travel across the hills with a break in the winter weather, though it will remain cold. The first storm will be kicked east, followed by the true Arctic front pushing southward, which will be producing the very low density snow mostly in the central mountains. Bitter cold air will filter into the northwest plateau and down the Front Range over the weekend. There's a fairly good chance of several inches in the Yampa and White River valleys, and mountain snows possibly inflated over 6 inches along the divide from the park down to the Elk Range. Snow from Vail Pass eastward on Saturday is a good bet as temperatures plummet. Lows by Sunday morning could be in the double-digit below zero range over many of the high mountains and in the colder high valleys and basins. So for our DCTV local area 5-day outlook, here's what it looks like. Today, partly sunny with a high near 45, breezy with a south wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Tonight, periods of snow showers mainly after 1 a.m. Patchy blowing snow after 2 a.m., low around 26. South winds are 10 to 15 with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. The chance of precipitation is now set at 80%. New snow accumulations of around an inch are possible. Then Thursday, snow showers mainly before 2 p.m. Patchy fog before 10 a.m. and high near 32 degrees. South-southwest winds around 10 miles an hour becoming west-northwest in the afternoon. The chance of precipitation is again holding at 80%. New snow accumulation on Thursday of 1 to 3 inches is possible as the storm moves through our area. Thursday night, a 20% chance of snow showers lingers before 11 p.m. Then mostly cloudy with gradually becoming mostly clear and a low down to the 13-degree mark. North winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Friday sunny with a high near 35, north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming west in the afternoon. Friday night mostly cloudy with a low around 18. Saturday for our area it looks to be mostly sunny with a high near 36. Saturday night partly cloudy with a low down to 12 degrees. And Sunday sunny with a high near 30. Sunday night mostly clear again with a frigid cold down around 13. And for Christmas Day we're looking at mostly sunny for our area with a high near 39, Monday night mostly clear and a low down to 19. So keep bundled up and best wishes for a safe and happy holiday. Merry Christmas. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, longtime Dolores coach James Baird announced his resignation during the December 14th school board meeting. Baird expressed frustration with the school's athlete eligibility policy and felt too many kids were being shut out of sporting activities they love and work hard for. Baird was the coach for the middle school football team and middle school girls basketball team. He was also the assistant high school football coach. According to Dolores School's policy, student athletes who receive one failing grade for the week or who do not maintain at least a 2.0 GPA for the current grading period will not be able to participate during the following week. Only students in grades 6 through 12 can participate in sports. If they do not meet the standard, they are ineligible for games but can still practice, said Superintendent Scott Cooper. If they improve their grades to a 2.0, they become eligible to play in games. Cooper said about 30 to 35% of students in grades 6 through 12, about 100 students, do not meet the 2.0 standard. They are not all athletes. We track all students, and if they fall below a standard, we work to find out what the problem is and provide tutors and extra help to improve their grades, he said. All students involved in extracurricular activities must keep a 2.0 GPA to participate, not just athletes. Other eligibility requirements include full-time enrollment, attendance the entire school day in order to participate in the activity conducted that day, turning in a physical examination, have applicable permission forms signed, and have complied with all disciplinary sanctions. The school activities director certifies weekly individual student eligibility in cooperation with the guidance office. Eligibility lists are distributed to all teachers. No games have been canceled because of Byard's resignation, Cooper said. New coaches will be sought to fill the vacancies.
The Colorado Parks and Wildlife announced a new purchasing system for 2018, according to the Cortez Journal report. On January 1st, Colorado Parks and Wildlife plans to move to a new purchasing system that will serve as a one-stop shop for all CPW products, including hunting and fishing licenses, campsite reservations, and OHV and snowmobile permits. The changeover to the new system will cause a temporary shutdown of purchasing services at CPW offices, parks, licensing agents, online, and phone sales, CPW said Tuesday in a news release. Hunters who run into licensing issues may contact a regional or area office. Quote, "We are thrilled to roll out this updated purchasing system, which will provide a more streamlined experience for every CPW customer," said Bob Roshid, director of Colorado Parks and Wildlife. "But we do want to acknowledge the small downside of this brief system blackout for purchases while we implement these upgrades. During the changeover, customers will not be able to make purchases online or at CPW offices, parks, or sales agencies. Purchases that will be affected include all camping, cabin, and yurt reservations, online hunter education, including mountain lion exams, hunting reservation system, all license purchases and waterfowl stamps, habitat stamps, online park passes, registration renewals, online retail orders, and online license purchases. CPW suggests that customers avoid problems by purchasing courses, licenses, and reservations before December 31st. New hunters and anglers should create a customer identification number in the system or by calling any CPW office or the main telephone number at 303-291-1192. Every customer in your family or group, including children, need to have a separate and valid email address. Each individual making a purchase, including youth licenses, will need an individual account within the system. To learn more about all of this, you can visit the Colorado Parks and Wildlife site at cpw.state.co.us/CPW shop.
According to the Cortez Journal, Dolores Schools is considering whether to remodel the bus garage or build a new facility. The current facility, located just west of Dolores, is outdated and does not meet state standards for conducting bus inspections, said School Superintendent Scott Cooper. The one bus bay is too small to allow inspectors to walk around the bus, he said, and the building has poor ventilation and heating and the roof leaks. Because the facility does not meet Colorado Department of Education standards for annual inspections, Dolores schools have had to take buses to the RE1 School District bus garage in Cortez and pay them to inspect the vehicles. That is becoming more difficult because RE1 is so busy with their buses they don't have time to inspect ours, Cooper said. Transportation Director Larry Funk said they have a certified mechanic on staff, but the building is out of code. The lowest bid for a new 4,800 square foot facility came in at $664,000 from Waimanooch Construction of the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. The price included a 10% contingency and 83% of the work would be generated locally. It would include an office, 3 large bays, including one with a mechanic's trench and one with bus washing equipment. Cooper said the school is in a good place financially to afford a new facility and can pay for it out of the reserve funds. The reserve account is at $3.5 million, and based on next year's improved state funding expectations, the school would be able to make up the construction costs within a year, he said. But after a tour of the bus yard, board member Casey McClellan suggested the board consider remodeling the current bus garage facility so it meets state bus inspection standards and to make other improvements. The school board agreed the idea is worth considering, and officials will be discussing the option this week, including whether to put it back out to bid for a remodel. Dolores Schools has 10 working buses, Cooper said, and they are in good shape with 4 new ones purchased within the last 7 years.
As California moves into 2018, offering the opportunity for recreational marijuana sales to captivate a new economic arena, Colorado Springs is taking a second look at why they chose to opt out of recreational opportunities in a move City Council President Richard Skorman calls sales tax leakage, as other cities across Colorado are benefiting from the newly developed industry. This is reported in the Los Angeles Times and published by thecannabis.co. At the two malls in town in Colorado Springs, you can buy keychains and Christmas ornaments shaped like marijuana leaves. Along a downtown shopping corridor, paintings of cannabis plants grace storefront windows. Even Kmart stocks its shelves with t-shirts and mugs decorated with the signature green leaf and Colorado established 2012, the year the state legalized recreational marijuana. But that is the one pot product you can't buy in Colorado Springs. When Coloradans voted overwhelmingly to make non-medical marijuana legal, they left it up to cities whether to allow sales. Colorado Springs, home to 5 military bases and known for its conservative politics and religious values, blocked recreational cannabis sales. Now, some in town want to change that, saying the state's second largest city is missing out on sales taxes that are enriching cities across Colorado. Similar debates are already happening in cities in California, Maine, Massachusetts, and Nevada. States passed legalization measures last year. Recently, the Los Angeles City Council, eager to pull in new tax revenue, crafted rules for recreational marijuana sales that will begin in January 2018. In Colorado, one of the first states to legalize recreational marijuana, just a handful of cities still forbid such sales. Colorado Springs City Council enacted its ban in 2013, but Denver, suburbs, and mountain ski towns rushed to implement sales and quickly saw the boon. Last year, Colorado pot sales and fees produced nearly $200 million in tax revenues. In Denver, the city raked in about $24 million, which, among other things, was used to build a recreation center near downtown. Aurora, a Denver suburb, brought in about $16 million and used the money to help fund projects to help homeless people. And in Manitou Springs, a community of about 5,300 people, known for its eclectic charm, it has a weekly Wiccan meetup. Pot money has revitalized the town. For nearly 12 years, a project to revamp the main thoroughfare stagnated. Now, marijuana taxes are funding new bike paths, decorative sidewalks, and lighting. Major improvements were already underway thanks to a voter-approved road initiative, but money from pot made the extra amenities and aesthetic improvements possible. The town's 2 dispensaries last year generated $1 million in taxes, some of that from the pockets of residents from neighboring Colorado Springs. In 2016, Manitou Springs' budget was about $8.3 million, and this year it increased to about $10.4 million, thanks in part to pot. Councilman Skorman is teaming with a local group, Citizens for Safer Neighborhoods, which is working to get a legal pot initiative on the local ballot in November. The group must gather 20,000 signatures by the summer to place it before voters in this city of 465,100 people. Safer Neighborhoods commissioned an economic study by a University of Denver professor that estimated Colorado Springs would make an additional $20 million in taxes, money that supporters say could, among other things, help repair roads and hire more police officers. A large portion of that would come from medicinal marijuana shops looking to sell recreational pot. According to the study, if all 356 licensed medical marijuana establishments in the city were to pay a licensing fee of $7,500 for recreational pot, Colorado Springs would collect about $2.6 million.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of December 11th through the 17th. A local resident reported a drone flying over their property. The case is under investigation. A town resident reported the loss of a gold and diamond ring. If anyone has located a lost ring, please turn it in to its owner. An officer was requested for a vehicle unlock at a town business. An officer responded to a report of a semi-truck blocking traffic and found the truck driver had everything under control. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country Happenings, Defenders USA's CCW course meets and surpasses the requirements for a Colorado Concealed Carry Weapons Permit. They are offering a course at the Four Corners Rifle and Pistol Club in Cortez, December 23rd, this Saturday, from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This course addresses use of force in defense of your life and others, in-depth Colorado defensive firearm and concealed carry laws, defensive use of a handgun and concealed carry in the public, on your own property, businesses, vehicles, and in the home, firearm safety, safe handgun handling, live fire on an indoor range, and much more. This CCW course has become renowned as one of the most in-depth, extensive CCW courses available in Colorado. Even if you already have a CCW permit, after having attended a different CCW course, we strongly encourage you to consider attending this course, they say. You will be surprised how much needed information you'll receive that is not taught in the vast majority of CCW classes. For details and ticket information, go online to defenders-usa.com. For those of you who want to put on those ugly sweaters again, on December 21st, the Bacardi Ugly Sweater Party will be happening at the Derailed Poor House from 6 to 10 p.m. in Durango. Gift certificates, raffles, and a contest for ugliest sweater at 8 p.m. Live entertainment is by Robert Webster. And next Monday is Christmas. We'll be out of the studio, but back again on Tuesday the 26th. And if you didn't have any plans for the day, where so many stores and restaurants are closed, here are some locations that are welcoming you to partake in their Christmas Eve and day dinners. One is the Mahogany Grill in Durango. Make your reservations by calling 970-247-4433. Christmas Eve dinner will be served from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday, December 24th, and Christmas Day dinner will be served from 4 to 8 on Monday, December 25th. That's Mahogany Grill. Or have Christmas dinner from a select menu at the Doubletree Hotel in Durango from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Call 970-259-6580 for details. Sky Ute Sky Casino is offering a Christmas Day buffet on December 25th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. for $24.95 per person. Reservations are suggested by calling 888-842-4180. And if you missed any of that, all of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us at dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 677-4119 and we'll be sure to get your news on air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Wednesday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the same order at noon, 3, and 6.
And be sure to check us out on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.